Good morning, guys. How are you today?
Good, thank you.
Very well, thanks.
Good. Well, you've got a brand new show about to premiere. Michael, maybe tell me a little bit about the show.
Where to start? Saving Hope is basically a medical procedural like we've seen many times in the past, but with a little bit of an interesting twist where one of our doctors, Charlie Harris, who I play in it, ends up very early in the show in a coma. And instead of just lying there and, you know, minding his P's and Q's and staying unconscious, he decides his spirit is going to wander around the hospital and speak to the dead and, you know, talk to other coma patients' disembodied selves and hang out and watch his girlfriend work. So that's kind of roughly the synopsis. I don't know if that's a description synopsis or, you know, just my own personal fantasy eking out, but that's kind of where it sits.
Yeah, I've seen the trailer and, you know, the sneak peek, and it looks really intriguing, really interesting. I mean, you described it a little creepy, but it looks like it's going to be a great show. Now, Erica, you play, he said girlfriend or fiance, and I'm sure your legion of Smallville fans will be making the trip over and tuning in. Tell me a little bit about your role.
My role is I basically play the fiance to Charlie's character who ends up in the coma, and the whole point is to try to, you know, send out that that message of what do you do when tragedy strikes. And so it's all following her as she's trying to get Charlie back to her, while she's trying to balance her life, balance her cases. And they've done a really great job as the creators of the show of bringing in these great characters and these great cases into the hospital that all kind of interconnect to a specific theme that they have for each episode. And it's asking all of those questions that we kind of ask ourselves late at night in the dark. What happens to me? Or what's going to happen to my loved one? Or how do I remain positive? So it just kind of throws all those questions out there, and I think they've done a really, really great job with it.
Now, you both have to have a chemistry, I'm sure, in the show, but the plot, I'm sure, creates a little bit of a problem. How hard has that been for the two of you? As Michael, you're in a coma. Erica, you're still working.
Well, we managed to still show off because so early in the pilot the accident happened and Charlie's there, and so we kind of realized that there wasn't much backstory. If these two characters are going to be pining for each other for this period of time, there wasn't a ton of backstory to sort of tell the audience why we should care. And so once every episode, and sometimes more than once, we do flashbacks where we see their lives and see their love as it kind of grew and evolved over time, and we just get a little taste of what that is. And, you know, working with Erica, it's not half bad. I think there's some chemistry there. She's not a bad-looking girl and everything like that. So we have a lot of fun. Actually, Erica and I have been friends for a long time, so it's been really nice and comfortable and great to work in this capacity. So.
What's been really great about the show as well is they've created these opportunities for to create that idea of whether she sees him at moments, does she see him, does she feel him, does she sense him? And so it kind of walks that fine line between where people can have that debate about, you know, is there anything else beyond what we can see, or can we sense and feel our loved ones even though that we can't see them and they're not there?
And it is a medical drama. How difficult has that been for you? Have you had to do preparation to really get the medical jargon down?
I did a couple of surgeries. People volunteered. No, I'm just kidding. We did. We went to the hospital. We saw a couple of surgeries, and we have really great consultants on set. And there's been a lot of really funny, hilarious moments of being unable to speak the language of the medical doctor. And then also what happens to most actors is we start to feel like we could actually be doctors, which is a little bit ridiculous. But we start to kind of
You become a hypochondriac. Once you know too much, you become a hypochondriac.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Now, have either of you ever ventured to the Pittsburgh area?
I was in Pittsburgh once, very briefly, for a convention. So it was like a 48-hour stay. But I was there, and I waved hello.
I can't remember. I don't think so.
Everybody that came to the convention was really nice and friendly and fun. I had a great time.
Well, you both have to come back. We've got many famous surgeons here that you can shadow, you know, that kind of thing.
That would be fantastic.
Absolutely.
So Saving Hope premieres Thursday, June 7th. Is that right?
Yes.
That's correct.
Tomorrow.
On NBC. I know. We're all really looking forward to it. Thank you both so much for being here today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Pleasure.